into a couple of the picks just straight up, but also eventually can get to the back line and deal with the MF. Also, pretty good.
Great adaptation from what was a pretty lackluster. Did you have a level 2, but still you can definitely dive this, especially with bailout.
Meanwhile, I mean, Zeka is taking a decent trade, but here's the dive. Viper getting pretty low. The Ignite is in. His first blood going over to Kalista, but now the turnaround's here. And at the end of the day, I mean, they take out Viper. He's denied all of this farm, and the TP is also used by Doran.
Despite that. And Dragon is going to go over. So Gen.G really course correcting after what was a very, very solid game number 1 by Hanwha Life with so a good amount of mistakes, I think, on the Gen.G side as the grass stacks and the smaller stacks are being farmed up.
This is the issue about playing Yone into this is Lehens. Wow, going to trade flashes here with
a colossal amount of gold that's going to go into Gen.G. So I think Hanwha Life are basically forced to dive here as Keen. oh boy.
Well, that wasn't really the dive you were looking for. I mean, they can still try to go for it again. Keen trying to pull the wave and going onto Viper. He knows he really doesn't have anywhere to go, so decides to get aggressive with it. And just goes down.
Yeah, I actually like that. If he can like find an angle and like pull through the wall, maybe not now though.
Yeah, it helps that he's not Nasus as well.
Oh, reinforcements are on the way. Might be a bait. Oh, lands the show.
Oh, they try to go on a canyon. He's just in Italy. And bailout comes in, but they're not going to get a takedown. The kill goes to Peanut, and now a massive bullet time goes to Hanwha Life. Viper with the perfect positioning, and Hanwha Life Esports. It was like the next one-up. They knew that Gen.G were going to be there, and they collapse immediately.
The trap set ends up being by Hanwha Life, and that's why you give the light. His Leona, beautiful engage on top of the Nidalee, obviously.
Same time, this is looking so much better than we've seen in other series, as you mentioned, between these two teams. And to see Gen.G actually be challenged is refreshing.
It really is. And it's necessary, right? We always see when one team is too dominant in the long run, doesn't end up quite working out for both the team and I think the region as a whole. Do note that Paze is monstrously strong. Level 8 right now, basically a solo laner when it comes to the experience, and they do have the Renata ultimate, so Hanwha Life taking a bit of a gamble here.
Oh, the aggressive TP, but they're trying to go forward. Everything misses for Hanwha Life, and now Zeka gets hand shook, and he gets shaken down to the ground, taken down, and Delight as well. This engage goes horrifically wrong for Hanwha, and Gen.G are looking to punish Viper. 1,000,000 sticks, and Amiga's taken down. It is 4 kills to the side of Gen.G plus a dragon, and Gen.G slap him down just like that.
All right, calm down, casters. That was a bit much when it comes to cursing.
It proved us wrong.
Yeah.
It's cleansable CC for Leona. And you mentioned it. The second the cleanse comes in, it's just kind of over for Hanwha Life Esports as Jovi's just going to kind of face check and die. Will he die, actually? Couple of damage could go into him and take him down. One auto from Peanut will get the kill, but Peanut might have to pay for it as Paze is just huge. Going to pick up his 3rd kill as well.
See how getting on top of the small there. Chovy doesn't have flash still, though. And Hanwha Life, their composition, I again want to remind you, I think the initial setup has to be good. That's a great start, as Paze does just kind of face tank that. Does have some sustain, but...
I feel like this is happening to Gen.G a lot, where they're kind of just running into things. They're extremely confident to just go in, as now, speaking of which, Delight going to get handshook, he's just dead. And just like that, Hanwha Life Esports lose pretty much their most important tool when it comes to the engage, and now they're going to have to give up a 3rd Drake to Gen.G. It's Ocean Soul, it's not the biggest deal, but for Gen.G, they're going to happily just walk away with the soul if you give it to them.
And this is part of the pivot that we saw Gen.G make into heavy early game, right? Right now, sitting at its soul point, what is it, like 17 minutes? That's kind of insane, Valdez. Yeah, 17 minutes, very early.
This is a very different Cassante, but we'll see if they can get it done with 3 members, as, yeah, he's just going to be taken down. The sheer damage from these 3, if you hold the Cassante in place for long enough, will be enough to take him down.
There is only a certain amount of fun that's allowed to be had by a team in League of Legends. And unfortunately for Keen, two games in a row, he's not getting anything. His amount of fun has been giving over to the rest of his teammates. And he just has to kind of accept that this is his fate in life. Nice catch there by Hanwha Life. Doesn't mean the mid lane turret is going to go down because that was a 3-man investment towards that bot side.
Yep. And Gen.G really capitalizing on that. You saw Viper had the bullet time to wave, so not really able to push them off the turret app.
Fate Skull being attempted to get a catch on Peanut there, but he does just make it out. That ult alone, probably not going to be enough. Really, this Baron hit as well, I feel like that's the dream for Renata. Being able to...
Trying to go in on a Peanut here. That is a very nice ult from the side of Lahan's door and flashing in, trying to make something happen on a pace, but he's just hopping forward, hops into Leona, and he's got the bailout, so he's not scared. Gets another kill, but now he's super low and they can't take him out. Delight, he gets fitted in another huge handshake from the side of Lahan's. And Gen.G, they just chop him down.
This kid is crazy, Velvet!
That is very early on, but it's only Zeka who's here. So it is a free Baron. You got the tankiness, you've got the Kalista. It's an easy take out of this. Very nice buffer from Zeka.
Yeah, but now that cooldown is gone. Like, that's one of your big wombo combos. We'll see if Viper and Peanut can pull it back.
I mean, they have to try to stop this one. They don't want to give Ocean Soul over. Zeka gets the knock up here on a Chovy, but that is Smolder, level 14.
Oh, the burn!
Yeah, the burn already coming through. It's online in 22 minutes, and the Ocean Drake does go to Gen.G. And now they're just ripping him apart in this team fight. It is not a close one as they get the execution. Double kill for FaZe as well. And even King gets to have...
Hanwha Live's draft look, unless we get some really big mispositions of the key carries on Gen.G, I think this one is just kind of donezo. As
I feel like Doran is just dead.
Yeah.
I mean, with red buff here as well, I mean, he is Dominus and Renekton, but just too far behind. He doesn't have flash either. He's trying to slice and dice. That is a missed spear, but it just doesn't matter.
No, with the Leandris especially, like, because he has a ton of health but not a lot of resistances, so you just slowly chew through. His pace is like... How is it? Oh, love... Oh. Wait, yeah, the red reset.
Well, I think Peanut might die anyway, as they don't necessarily have to dive this turret, but they will. And you know what? Why not? As he is legendary, as he hits now his 9th kill.
And it goes back to what you were saying in the draft, and it was, in my opinion, one of the biggest weaknesses that we saw with Gen.G, particularly at Worlds last year. The willingness to adapt and pivot in a draft when the initial game plan isn't working out. Right, they go for the triple jungle ban onto Peanut, end up securing the Smolder, which was a prior pick for Hanwha.
Yep.
And this game looks very different from game number 1.
This makes them a really scary team. I mean, Gen.G haven't been challenged very much, and some teams would collapse when they finally get challenged, but Gen.G are not that team. It's a very nice lineup here from Zeka, but he's all alone. So yeah, it looked really cool, and you know, I'm sure the Yone fans out there are clapping their hands, but it doesn't do anything. And they can't really do anything. I'm not really blaming him, but at the end of the day, Hanwha Esports are just too far behind as the minions chip away at the...
What type of there's you know, there's a bunch of different type of flanks. The pool bay level flank, like what are we talking about here?
I don't think it's quite pull bay, but it's getting close. As now the engage is just going to come out and the light just dies. And guess what? Doran also just dies. Hanwha Esports do not get to fight in this game. They do not get to play the game anymore. The gold lead isn't that gigantic, but it feels like it's 10,000 more than it actually is. The top lane Nexus turret nearly falls and will be just barely safe.
It's fine, Valdez. That's a strong turret.
The Nexus hasn't fallen
yet. That will defend the Nexus for the foreseeable future. I think last game we had and I think Gen.G have earned that. We had a lot of faith in Gen.G to maybe pull it back.
He's just going to move in and take the Baron themselves.
Yeah. They got both side lane inhibs. And now get Baron and run through to mid.
Yep.
Ooh, little window there.
It does look like they are going to win this game number 2, unless Hanwha Esports have some miraculous surge of gold in this one. But Gen.G going to do it the old tutorial way. Take out every single inhibitor and every single engage tool that the side of Hanwha Esports have. They've already taken out Delight. As the Zyra comes in, tries to disengage for them, and FaZe is still just hopping forward. A lot of damage has been done to the non-main characters in this game on the side of Gen.G, but not much has been done to deal with FaZe as the bailout is able to hop forward, takes out the Renekton, and takes down the game. Game 2 will go to Gen.G.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say,
Okay.
see you on the next one.